Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode of Eve Echoes. Tonight on the show we are going to take a look at how to fit your Stabber ship. Now this is the standard Stabber, it's not the trainer version, so it's not dumbed down. It's actually a very nice looking ship, very sleek designs there. It looks like basically something coming at you trying to stab you. And of course it has sort of like a dragon head. The Minmatar designs are quite interesting. So before we get into our subject for today, please remember to like and subscribe if you like what we're doing here on the channel. And of course, if you want to help me keep this channel alive and support me, you can donate a sum as little as $2. Link in the description. So this is the standard Stabber. A very big shout out to Minmataru. He's a compatriot of mine and a great friend, and he actually agreed to share this ship with me in order to present you with what the Stabber can do. So right off the bat, let's take a look at the ship information, and I will take off from there. So the Stabber has 1 drone hardpoint, 4 high slots, 2 med slots, and 4 low slots, with two rigs for engineering and 2 for a power grid, I think, but the names are weird. The 2 rigs can be used for defensive and offensive purposes, and the other 2 can be used for like capacitor upgrades and stuff like that. Medium cannon operation bonus per level, 5% medium cannon accuracy fall off, and minus 4% medium cannon activation time, meaning it'll cycle faster through the guns. Cruiser command bonus per level, you get 5% flight velocity. The Minmatar ships are renowned for having great velocity, and this makes no exception. The Stabber is an absolute beast when it comes to other ships, compared to other ships in its class, the cruiser class. It has an outstanding, can get to some outstanding performances on speeds right there. Let's get over to the details of the ship. Unfortunately, we don't have them here. So the Stabber should be fit with tank. Unfortunately, we can't get into the details. Why not? Because we have to access this thing from the ship tree. Unfortunately, this is how it goes. I have already submitted a support feedback because it feels really weird that you can only access the more detailed part from the ship tree itself. So going on to details, we have the attributes and fittings. As you can see, you have 2800 shield hit points and just 2500 armor hit points. Resistances are pretty standard for shield, and we have the flight velocity of 265 by default meters per second. So let's get over into the fitting area, and I'll show you guys exactly what this baby can do. Now, I don't have decent skills. The only skills that I have, I think, are the level 4 medium cannon, and that's pretty much it. There's no bonuses from weapons on this side. So in normal, with subpar skills, that's the DPS output that you get. Yeah, I just suck on that level. Now, if with decent skills, you can get to 192 or even higher in case you go with 5 on the medium cannon and with the medium cannon upgrade, and of course if you go with the advanced skills for those specific areas. We have 2 fits that I would like to show you guys on the Stabber. The Stabber, because it's an excellent speedboat, it can do a lot of things, either be it fit for brawling or fit for sniping and kiting. So this is the first fit that we're gonna look at. It's the kiting fit. My body here already provided me with the necessary materials to show you guys how to fit this. So the kiting fit, We've got the standard afterburner. Of course, this one is special. It's the what's it called? It's not the faction version. It's the storyline version of the afterburner. It's a medium-sized afterburner. Then we've got actually one resistance. It's two shield modules. It's resistance is reactive shield. It changes resistances whenever you get attacked based on the incoming damage type. So if you get more electromagnetic damage type, it will switch whenever it cycles. So it will switch gradually to provide protection and increase the resistance on the electromagnetic one. For example, depends of course on how the damage is distributed to your ship. The second shield module is a standard Mark V medium shield booster. With decent skills you can boost quite a lot, and you can get some decent cycle reduction and some decent capacitor reduction per cycle. So you want to train that in the mechanics and also in the engineering, and I think also in the electronics, because they'll provide you with a bonus for cap regeneration, which is very nice, especially when you go active tanking. So this is the sniping fit is mostly used on PvE if you want to kite, and if you want to do anomalies that are, or encounters that are of a higher level than what this ship was intended for. And of course, the fourth module on the low slots, it's a standard Mark V gyro stabilizer. This provides a bonus to damage, as you can see. Damage bonus by default 5% for the cannons, and of course it costs 123 gigajoules, and you can activate it and gain a damage bonus when active of 7. We can call it 7%, and it only lasts for 20 seconds. So for an extra burst of damage, you just tap on that and it will rise up. Also, it has a a reactivation time of 60 seconds, meaning it goes on cooldown, so you can't spam it. But be careful with activating damage modules, because they will drain away your capacitor pretty fast. This is it on the low slots. On the mid slots, you can fit. Unfortunately, I don't have the modules. You can fit. I don't know, maybe a webfire, a stasis webfire, but given the fact that it's a snipe fit, you won't be needing much. Be careful though with the artilleries, because they were modified and not called artilleries anymore. They're called strike cannons. So strike cannons are the artilleries now. That's how they were renamed. I don't know why. What was the idea behind this renaming? And the autocannons, they're called, let me quickly swap. We've got the autocannons, which are basically still autocannons. So I have no idea why they changed the artilleries. When fitting artilleries, please be aware, as you can see, the power grid is almost filled. That's because I have skills in the cruiser engineering. Otherwise, the power grid would not be sufficient enough for me to fit a full rack in high slot for artilleries, because artilleries eat a lot more power grid when fitting them than the autocannons, which are close range. So let's get on with what an artillery can do. Actually, a strike cannon has optimal range with my skills of 19, almost 20 kilometers, which is good, which is very good, and a damage and output, a DPS output of 32 DPS. Now, of course, this can be increased with skills. We'll get over to that in a moment. As you can see, we've got 128 DPS on the guns, and we've got 23 DPS on the drones, because I have max skills in drones, everything that comes on basic, and I've begun upgrading my advanced drone skills, which is pretty nice. We'll talk about in a future video about my updates on what ships I fly nowadays. So this is pretty much it on the sniping fit. As you can see, the navigation is 368. It can be increased once you... these are with skills applied, so once you activate this afterburner, we'll quickly take a look. Let's undock fast. We're just gonna sit here near the station. It's pretty safe. We're just gonna pop off our module here. Let's stop our ship, and ship stopping. Let's go into the other direction. We need to be safe here because there's people on local. You don't want to get caught or anything. So once we activate the afterburner, as you can see, right now we are sitting at 368 meters per second. With the afterburner, we will get to the outstanding speed of 775 meters per second. That's an incredible speed for a cruiser. Remember, this bad boy here zooms past every other ship on its class. Of course, I don't think it can match the faction ships, which are a bit more special. We've covered a lot of them in our previous videos, but against other standard Empire cruisers, the Minmatar excel at speed, so be mindful of that. The resistances are pretty decent. Once we activate the reactive shield harness, you can take a look at the resistance. We've got the defense, which is 10,820, and we've got 3,273 shield hit points, and the resistances are pretty spread out because currently the reactive shield harness does not give specific resistance bonus types to a specific resistance, because I'm not taking any damage, so all the resistances are spread out evenly across all types. Let's quickly dock up and I will show you guys how to fit the close range stabber, the brawler fit. And when you go brawling, of course, you can add additional items. In regards to rigs, I don't have rigs at my disposal, but the recommended rigs would be, at least for sniping, for the sniping fit, those would be the damage rigs, the weapon cycle, faster, and the actual DPS bonus, as in damage bonus for your cannons. Let's quickly start fitting the autocannons, and we'll be able to compare the damage output a bit. But remember, the autocannons have an optimal range of 2.4 kilometers, but what it lacks in optimal range, because they're so close range, it provides with a boost in accuracy fall off. The Minmatar weapons, the cannons, have an excellent accuracy fall off. It's very, very big, and it allows you that extra maneuvering space in order to still do damage while kiting, or even kiting with brawling fit, and avoiding incoming damage from the enemy ships. So let's start fitting them right away. We're going to take down the artilleries, and we're going to fit the autocannons, and we'll quickly be able to do a comparison in DPS. Now, a lot of people have stated, including Benzi and of course Sovereign, that the medium artilleries, the strike cannons, are the worst currently. Maybe they will receive some boosts or some rework in the upcoming patches, but for the cruisers, the artilleries are just poop. They can still be useful because they're pretty decent, the range is decent, and you can kite and do an incredible amount of alpha damage. So you can hit like 1,000 per salvo, 1,000 damage per salvo. That can take down, I think, half a cruiser, half of an NPC. Of course, be mindful, don't keep your weapons grouped if you're gonna shoot frigates and destroyers, because you're gonna waste a lot of time on the reload. The artilleries take, the rate of fire is very, very slow, while the autocannons, the rate of fire is very, very fast. So let's fit them all, and I'll show you guys exactly the damage here. Okay, so we have all the autocannons. As you can see, actually it's not that incredible, but it is a considerable boost in damage output. So right now we are sitting at almost 200 DPS, of course, with decent skills, skills that I don't have because I haven't invested much in cannons. You can very well surpass 250, almost go to 300, just like I do on my Vexor. Again, a story for a different time. Now the DPS has increased considerably. We've got 168 DPS compared with 120, if I remember correctly, with the artilleries. It does very well, but remember the range is pretty small, but you have the option of toying around with your opponent due to the optimal, the accuracy fall off range, which basically allows you to take some distance while still doing sufficient amount of damage. Again, with the rigs, you might want to fit maybe, I don't know, you could fit like some extra speed, because being close range, having speed is key. Why? Because some weapons fail to track you, of course. If the enemy does not have tracking computers, or the guns by default don't have a good tracking speed, and if you're not webbed, of course, you can orbit at that amazing speed of 700 meters per second, and the enemy guns just fail to hit you. It's pretty cool. That's why Minmatar ships are usually called nanotanks. Nanotanks or speed tanks, they're excellent at doing exactly that. You can increase the tracking by having, you could very well be taking down maybe the damage mod if you want to, if you have decent skills in damage and you can fit a tracking computer. Let's take down, like for example, the hardener. Let's add another gyro stabilizer, and voila, 200 damage. Yeah, so you need some decent skills here. Let's get over to the skills. Ship info, and of course I think you've already seen the video from Eve Echo's official channel. They provide us with some info, like there's tooltips everywhere, you just need to search for them. Actually, I prefer... oh, now I see them. Now I see them. They've added a hamburger menu. I failed to see that. Oh my god, I'm such a noob. Okay, let's head over to the description. Click on the hamburger menu right there, the 3 dots, and you'll basically see the relevant skills. The following skills are closely related to this item. So these are the skills that help you maximize your damage output, your tanking capabilities, your power grid and fitting. Again, as I mentioned, Cruiser Command. Cruiser Command helps you gain inertia modifier, and actually to reduce the inertia modifier and to gain cruiser velocity, increase speed, more speed. Of course, all the skills in the Cruiser Command, the Advanced and the Expert, provide similar bonuses, as you can see right here. But it's going to take a while until you get to the Expert. But having Cruiser Command in 5 and Advanced Cruiser Command at least 3 is kind of decent and actually very, very good, because the ship is also good at PvP, not only PvE. The brawling fit is outstanding, is actually a formidable opponent against even smaller ships, and of course even against ships of its own size. Because of that speed tanking, you can do quite a lot of stuff with it. Cruiser Defense Upgrade. This skill provides you with shield, armor, and structure. Make sure you train this to 5. I still have it in 4, but I'm gonna focus on that. And of course, the Advanced also provides more shield, but the biggest bonus, you can see it in the Advanced. The basic Cruiser Defense Upgrade gives you base stats. For example, if we click on this hamburger menu again, we can see that on level 5 you get 500 shield, 500 armor, and 500 structure, while the Advanced Cruiser Defense Upgrade offers you a bonus percentage of shield armor structure, meaning it can be very useful, and it actually can go over the top, and you can build some insane defenses here, because its a percentage is not fixed. Remember that. More skills that you need to train is the cruiser engineering in order to fit that full high rack of artilleries. It gives you power grid, which is needed for ship fittings, capacitor capacity, and of course cruiser warp capacitor need. These are some skills that you need to have in 5. Of course, it can go with advanced cruiser engineering and gain some extra stuff. Target management. Target management, I have it just in 3 because I'm a noob. I can only lock 4 targets at any given time. But if you're going into PvP, and you probably want to have this trained as well, because it helps a lot with target management, having exactly what you need to do. Locked exactly what you need to follow, and who to keep distance at, who to orbit, who to be closer in range and deal damage, etc. So that's pretty much it on the cruisers and the ship skills. Now let's go over to the skills themselves, and I'll show you guys all the weapon skills that need to be trained in order to be efficient with the Stabber. Weapon technologies, we're going over to the cannons. Small cannon operation, no. Okay, here we are. Medium cannon operation. This baby gives you 16% medium cannon damage with level 4, of course. With level 5, you will gain 20% medium cannon damage and tracking speed plus 10%. Remember, only the current level's effects are active. They don't stack, so don't get fooled by the bonuses. Oh, look. Oh, I'm getting 16%, and then when I'll train level 5, I'm getting plus an additional 20%. No, they do not stack. It only applies the bonus given by the highest level of the skill currently active. So this is one thing that you should have in 5 in order to be effective at using cannons. Of course, you can go in for the advanced, but be careful, the skills are expensive. 2 million, almost 2.5 million. But you should go into the advanced medium cannon operation. A medium cannon upgrade, I have 0 skills in this. I'm completely noob on cannons. This baby gives you, for example, for level 5, a medium cannon damage of a bonus of plus 15%, and accuracy fall off, meaning more range, 15%, and of course optimal range plus 10%. And it applies to both artilleries and autocannons, so keep that in mind. They just don't apply to one of them. It's standard for all cannon type weapons. And that's pretty much it on the guns. You'd like to have those as high as possible, and you'll get some outstanding DPS outputs for it. The ship is very nice. It is quite versatile. It's highly versatile, actually. It can do very well against PvE targets as well as PvP targets. You can solo this in PvP. Few ships cannot match its speed. So right now, given the fact there's little to no faction ships in the game, you can take this baby and you can harass as many people as you like. It's going to be pretty hard to catch you if they don't have a web. You can just get out of disruption range with that incredible amount of speed. And of course, you can fit in case of PvP. If you go in PvP with this baby, you can use the med slots for either a web or a disruptor, or you can fit dual webs. That's a very good fit, given the fact that the disruptors are pretty expensive, they're hard to get, and again, as I mentioned in our previous video regarding warp disruption, people who want to fight will fight. There's no need to disrupt them because they'll probably stay and fight you until the fight is done, and there's a winner in the outcome. So the med slots can be used as a double web. Why is that? Because you can keep something in its place. If you've got like an interceptor following you, and it's closing down on you, and it's gonna try to orbit you as fast as possible. Probably your guns, because it's medium guns, they will probably fail at tracking that small target orbiting really fast, really close. Double webs help solve that problem. You activate both stasis web fires and that ship is basically sitting still. Means one salvo from, not from artilleries. I don't recommend going artilleries solo in PvP. That's something that can be used in sniping fleets, but with autocannons, one salvo of that for a frigate, for an interceptor, a Condor Mark II, something fast that tries to catch you, it's going to blow up immediately. Because let's take a look at the firing speed. So we've got the reload time. This is something. This is something that was copy-pasted from EVE Online and was actually forgotten here. It may be useful when the ammo will be introduced. Until then, this stat is pretty useless. Where is it? Where is it? Tech level, method level, activation time. There it is. Sorry, I was looking for rate of fire. Our activation time shoots every 4 seconds, 4.5 seconds. Which is fast, and once you gain that cruiser skill upped, you'll see that the medium cannon activation time will be reduced even further. So I think you can get to 4 seconds or even below 4 seconds, especially if using the rigs that allow you to cycle faster through your weapons. So if you shoot every 2.5 seconds or 3 seconds, an interceptor has no chance. With dual webs on it, there's absolutely no chance that that frigate will survive, meaning the disruption on you will probably go away. You'll be able to do your thing, just move away at incredible high velocity and avoid the blob or the ones that you're trying to escape from. You've killed their miner, they're coming after you. You can actually kite them around, kill the incoming tackler, and then warp home. The Stabber is a great ship. Be sure to try it out if you're going with the Minmatar ship tree and you're going to pass through the cruisers. Be sure to throw in some love for the Stabber. Again, thank you Minmataru for providing us with the elements of making this video possible today. Thank you guys for watching. A very big shout out to my channel supporters. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.